And I'm back. Sorry, Salem and Chevy were like all over the place, so I had to stop the video big time. Coffee, 2 sugar, cream, percolated. Okay, we were on acquisitions. Yeah, so I bought this, and my hubby bought me this. It's a little putty cat with a zipper and a tail. I put some knitting stuff in here. At the moment I have some needles, some stitch markers, and I actually made this one. Well, I didn't. My sister-in-law had this on her I can't remember what she had it on, but she had it on something, and I don't know if I showed it before, but if I did, I'm sorry. I use this one for making my son's blanket all the time. I really like how it hangs, but now that I have this, I might actually put it on there and then just use it that way. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out when the time comes. So I'm just going to put my stitch marker back in here. I have some knitting things that I know what they're used for, yarn, to wrap the yarn around when you're doing like Fair Isle and stuff like that, but I don't do Fair Isle, but I really want to. And I have a needle to put your thread or wool through the needle. I have one like that. I have some needles. These are just regular sewing needles. And I have a stitch marker like this. And another needle. Hi, Destiny. Another needle threader. I think this one's broken. Yep, this one's broken. So we'll just put that in the garbage. And I have about 4 little circle needle. Hi, Destiny. This is my oldest cat. This is Destiny. She's my baby. She's usually always with me. Yeah. So I don't know if she's going to settle down and sit or relax, or I have no clue. Okay, so we did that. I got a little, it's, okay, Destiny, sweetheart, can you lie down? Can you lie down? Oh, that's a good girl. This is for a phone, but unfortunately my phone is too fat to fit in because I have 2 of the old texting phones, so it's very hard. It doesn't stay in, it pops straight out. And too bad, because it really would have been really good to do the podcast. It would have been sitting perfect and not moving around all over the place. Okay, more acquisitions. So last time I believe I showed you that Michael and Randy had bought me some wool. Well, guess what? They got me some more. What you bet? What you bet? And I'm sorry. I have 2 balls of this beautiful black, gray, and white. It is just yarn from the dollar store. It is 100% acrylic 50-gram ball. We pay $1.25. Well, Michael paid $1.25 for it. I have 2 of these. I have 2 of these. It's all the same yarn. It's Yarn Lane from the dollar store. 50 grams acrylic, 100%, but this one has dark purple, light purple, gray, and white. It would be good for socks, but unfortunately acrylic does wear out pretty fast. I have 2 balls of this pink. This one is actually a different name. It's called Charmin, 50 grams, and it's a thicker yarn. Like, it's more thicker than the other one. The other one's like a fingering. I have 2 of these. I have one regular knit 4-ply Charmin. Same thing, same as the other yarn. It's 4-ply. And then I got one of these, which is the same brand as these, Yarn Lane. But look at the color. Purple, pink, white. I need another one of these if I want to make like socks or something to wear around the house, you know. Like, it does. I know that they get destroyed very quickly, but to wear around the house, you know. And then I have a blue and white one, and the last one is a blue, green, and gray. Yeah, these are all from the dollar store. Michael and Randy, sorry, I forget which ones got me which, but they both buy the yarn, and I just knit with it. And I went to my meeting yesterday, and they asked me, what is one thing that will make you feel better after leaving here? And I turned around and I said, oh, Destiny, please don't shake. I am so sorry. There. Okay, lie down. What is one thing that'll make you happy, you know, like leaving here? And I told them, I said, I'd love to go to Rossi's and go play with all their yarn. Because Rossi's is a store that has pretty much like everything, household and arts and craftsy and all kinds of stuff. And so I turn around and I'm like, no, I can't go, you know, I want to, but I can't go. But I got outside and I was already soaking wet from when I got to my meeting, and it was still pouring, and I didn't bring an umbrella, and I got outside and it was still pouring. So what did I say? I looked down at the bus. The bus wasn't coming. I looked at Rossi's down at the other end. I looked back for the bus. The bus still wasn't coming. I said, screw it. I'm going to Rossi's. So I went to Rossi's and I bought something. And I am so happy I did. Sorry for the crinkling. Just give me a second while I get it out of the bag. I bought 2 skeins of Briggs Little, 80% wool, 20% nylon, for $5.49. Here's their name tag. And it says hand wash with mild soap in lukewarm water and lay flat to dry. It is a 2-ply, 215 yards, or 196 meters to 4 stitches, 10 centimeter or 5 millimeter needle. And this is their address. So I've never seen this yarn at Rossi's before. Hi, Destiny. I've never seen this yarn at, lie down, sweetie, lie down, come on. And when I got home, I unraveled one because Isn't that just what we do? And it is crunchy. Probably not so soft on the skin, but it's wool. What do you expect? But the reason why I bought this one is because I like dyeing, and I want to dye some yarns in my way, you know. And when I went to Mulan's a couple of years ago, when I bought my sock yarn, there's some grass or something in it from the animals. There is still some not lanolin, but farm stuff. Yeah, so I was thinking, okay, well, I didn't do that, right? But anyway, I was thinking that I could dye this up myself, my own colors, maybe something speckled, something pink, brown, and little spots of this and that. And yeah, really, like, when I do it, I promise I will show you guys about it, okay? Okay, so we'll just put this aside and we'll move this bag, because if not, Destiny will start licking it, and yeah, we don't need that noise. Okay, and another acquisition is I bought some clay because, well, I like to work with clay, and I like to do arts and crafts of like all kinds. It doesn't have to necessarily be knitting or sewing, or which I would really love to sew. I want to sew some bags. I want to sew a bag for Dylan so badly, but I need to find the right material, and then look up on YouTube how to make bags and stuff like that, and you know, all this interesting stuff. But sorry. Anyway, off topic. Squirrel. Yeah. So I also made two things. If Amy and Barry, if you're watching, I'd like you to turn away. But if you want to ruin your surprise, which I was supposed to send it for Christmas, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. But I made this for Amy. It is Amy's Woolly World of Creations. I made it at Woodwork. I sanded it and everything, and I did the writing on it. That's for Amy. And this one's for Barry. It says Barry's Awesome Bags, because I don't believe Barry had a name for his bags, but I always called them awesome, so I made him his very own plaque that says Barry's Awesome Bags, and it's got like a cat bag and a bag with a star, a heart, and I don't know, knitting needles, flowers, and stuff like that. Amy was the first one to view and comment on my videos, so every year around Christmas time we usually send each other a little something, you know, and I just wanted something to be special. And well, Barry, you make awesome videos too besides your bags. I just wanted to give you a little something back as well. So, because I love you guys, you know, you guys, you make me happy. Okay, what I've been reading, I'm gonna show you 3 books. It's been since January that I've read, like because I was trying to remember which books I read and everything, but this is just since January. I'm a very big Laura K. Hamilton fan. If you don't know who Laura K. Hamilton is, she is a novelist who writes about vampires, werewolves, were-lions and leopards, and magic, and raising the dead, necromancy, and all kinds of stuff. But this is called Skin Trade. Can I read about it a little bit? Okay. Just give me a second. USA Today says, what the Da Vinci Code did for the religious thriller of the Anita Blake series has done for a vampire novel. Once you tell certain things, say you got mailed a human head in a box, they tend to think you're crazy. Anita Blake's reputation has taken some hits, not on the work front, where she has the highest kill count of all legal vampire executioners in the country, but one personal front. No one seems to trust a woman who sleeps with monsters. Still, when the vampire serial killer when a vampire serial killer sends her ahead from Las Vegas, Anita has to warn Sin City's local authorities that they're dealing with what they're dealing with. It's only the worst. Only it's worse than she thought. Police officers and one executioner have been slain, paranormal style. It is not, there is a lot of sex in her books. So it's at parental guidance. But her name is Anita Blake. Laurel K. Hamilton. I have her first book. This is the one after Skin Trade. I finished this one. This one is Bullet. I don't know if all the names of her books are in here. Just give me a second. Because sometimes she does it. Here we go. The first book is Guilty Pleasures. Then you have The Laughing Corpse, Circus of the Damned, The Lunatic Cafe, Bloody Bones, The Killing Dance, Burnt Offerings, Blue Moon, Obsidian Butterfly, Narcissus in Chains, Cerulean Sins, Incubus Dreams, Micah, Dance Macabre, The Harlequin, Blood Noir, Skin Trade, and Bullet. I know there's a few more after these, but I haven't gotten them yet. Oh, and this is what Laura K. Hamilton looks like. She's a beauty. If you don't mind blood, guts, sex, and that, like I said, parent be advised, there's a lot of sex in here, so it's not made for children. So I have this series. She also writes a Meredith Gentry series which has to deal with magic, which is also not for kids because there's a lot of sex in it, and magic, and like magic is for anybody, but some of the magic in this is not kid friendly. And another book I had gotten for my birthday, and I finally, well, I finished it a while ago but kept forgetting to show it on here, I believe, but it is called The Last Wool and Testament, a haunted yarn shop mystery. It is by Molly McRae. A great start to a new series. I believe this is the first book. Okay, here we go. I'm not that great of a reader, so I try. I know I made mistakes there, but I try. Kath Roofleach is about to learn the true meaning of TGIF. Thank goodness it's fiber. That's the name of the spunky group of fiber and needlework artists found by Ivy McLean. Kathy's beloved grandmother thought Ivy has recently passed away. Though Ivy has recently passed away, the members still meet regularly at their fiber and fabric shop, the Weaver's Cat, which Kath has now inherited. But that's only the first in a series of surprises when Kath returns to a small town of Blue Pump, Tennessee, to settle in her grandmother's affairs. There's been a murder, and it seems her grandmother was the prime suspect. Before Kath can begin to clear Ivy's name, she encounters a looming presence in the fact of a gloomy ghost. It turns out the spectator has just as much interest in solving the murder as Kath. So, with a little help from the members of TGIF and a stubborn spirit from beyond, she sets out to unravel the clues and hook the real killer. I loved every minute of this book. It took me December and January to the end of January to read it, because I would read a bit and fall asleep, but then I would wake up in the middle of the night, turn my light on, and read some more. Like, reading makes me fall asleep, but I could only read when I'm lying down in bed, ready for bed. It helps settle my head. And I loved every minute of this book. Every minute. It talks about knitting in every form, fashion, knitting, crocheting, embroidery, weaving, everything that has to do with crafts. If you have not read this, you should read it, and there is more coming. The next, and they give you a recipe at the end of the book. Rosemary water lemonade. They give you that was a drink. This is a recipe for a cake. It is rosemary olive oil cake with dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. Thea's red wine and baby hat for a toddler hat. And they even give you a knitting pattern. So, like, how can that not be a great book? And they give you the next book. Read on for a sneak peek of Molly McRae's next haunted yarn shop, coming from Obsidian in Summer. It is called I guess that's the title. Haunted Yarn Shop Mystery. So, if you haven't read it, please try and find it. For all us arts and crafts people, this is a must read. I'm going to try and find the other ones to this, because I really want to read the next ones too. I loved every minute of reading that book. Now, is there anything else? No. I already talked about sewing and everything. So, well, I guess that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope I didn't bore you or stuff like that. So, I don't use Ravelry much, but if you want to leave me a message there, I do check it from time to time. You can leave me a message down below on YouTube. You can leave me a message on the MyiDestiny Knits podcast Facebook group. Like I said, I don't go on Facebook much, but I do check it from time to time. Hi, Destiny. I do check it from time to time, and oh, I did forget to talk about something. I want to knit socks, right? I have my yarn and everything for it, and I have these awesome Addi Turbo knitting needles, right? So I got my knitting needles out and I started getting ready to knit. And I started doing because I want to do toe-up socks, which is where you hold your needles like this and you wrap the yarn around how many ever times you need to start your toe for the beginning. So I'm just about ready to start my first stitch when I realize, why is it snagging? Like big time snagging. Well, I guess I must have left them out or something, but they're all chewed. They're not from these cats here because I've never started any socks with the new babies, Chevy and Salem, but I have like 14 different bite marks on my needles, and well, you can't really knit a pair of socks with that now, can you? No, you can't. So these are garbage. And my Walmart specials. I was knitting the baby sweater I showed you, right? Well, I was in the process of adding in the new color, the green, because it was baby blue, green, baby blue, green, baby blue, green. And, well, thank God I got to the end of my knitting, and it was only a few stitches, but still. What? Really? How can... What? I have no idea what happened, what I did. It literally just snapped from the tip. And this is why I don't like the Walmart specials, because it has this little groove thing here. But in one sense, it's a good thing, because when you put your knitting down, if you have it down enough, when you put your knitting down, it doesn't really fall off your needles. So that's the good thing about these circulars, even though they're dull. But when you can't afford, I'd like to try some Chaigus or some those little 9-inch circulars there that people are just knitting away with. Those are really cute. I like those. Well, they sound cute. I don't know how it would be on my hands to knit with them, but I'd like to try it. Maybe one day. Yeah, so my knitting mishaps. So I couldn't knit socks because the cats chewed the wires. And I had to, thank God I had another set of these, which is 5 millimeters. Yeah, 5 millimeters, not 4. 5 millimeters. Thank God I had another set to be able to finish the sweater. So, yeah, I was like, oh my God. Anyway, so those are for the garbage too. So I'd like to say thank you for everybody for watching, coming to join me. I hope you enjoyed your cup of coffee, tea, soda, beer, wine, whatever you drink. and you're knitting or whatever, and I'll see you again, hopefully not in over a month, but I try to make them as I go. Like, I'm not an everyday, every week type person. I wouldn't be, because I don't knit that fast. So I'll do the best I can, and see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye. Oh.